Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the cultural frequency, also known as Vibe Responsibly. I'm your host, Gio Richardson, and as y'all can clearly see, I got my co-host with me. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing?
Hey, bro, how are you? Hey,
I'm
sis, how are
always
you?
good.
I'm good. How are you guys? It's
Good,
good to
good,
be
good.
here. It's good
Well,
to be here.
blessed and highly flavored.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Sounds
thought you
about
was going. No, you're not
blessed,
going to do it today?
blessed and highly seasoned.
Okay, because obviously I'm blessed and highly flavored and seasoned. I get a double portion. I don't understand it. Whatever. Anyway, all right, y'all. Y'all know how we do. All right. So before we dive in, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been rocking with us since day one. Okay. Please understand, we don't take that lightly. To all of the paid subscribers, there's more coming for you. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. And if you love what you hear and you want to keep the conversations flowing, please tap the link in each and every one of our bios to become a monthly subscriber for only $5. Only $5. And what you will be looking for is that box that's shaking like a little crackhead. That's our Patreon link. Wow. All right. Wasn't expecting that. There are tiers you can choose from with some perks if that's what you choose to do. But all I'm asking for is $5 a month. It's a small gesture that makes a big impact, helping us keep the mics hot, the vibe strong, and the culture moving forward. Man, oh man. I think we all gonna like this one. I think this one's gonna be a little bit of a doozy. I always say to my co-host, I say, let's keep this under an hour. Don't work all the time. It just don't. So let's see how we do today. All right. Have you ever noticed how tired people are lately? Not tired from lack of sleep, but just tired from life. Everybody's grinding, everybody's hustling, everybody's trying, but nobody feels ahead. The bills keep coming, the pressure keeps rising, and peace feels like something we're supposed to earn and not something we're allowed to have. We're not lazy. We're not unmotivated. We're operating inside systems that demand more while giving us less. So tonight, we're asking a simple but uncomfortable question. Why does life feel so heavy right now? Even when we're doing everything right. Anybody want to tackle that first? Why does it feel so heavy even though we feel like we're doing everything right that we know of? Right? So who wants to go first? I mean,
I would
somebody.
say I'll go. I think it's like that delayed burnout. Let me explain why. Because like when you're going and going and going, right? So in your mind you're focused on the goal. So it's like I gotta get this done, I gotta get this taken care of, like work, kids, life, job, you know what I'm saying, responsibilities or whatever, decision making, even the smallest decision is your brain is constantly going and going and going and going, right? So what happens when you actually get everything done and you actually sit down and just relax? Your body be like, thank you. It's about time. It's about time. So that delayed burnout it's real. Because listen, I had so many goals that I was supposed to do and I ain't doing because I was so mental exhaustion for me is the worst more than the physical. Because the mental is like, okay, I got to get this done. I have a whole list of like 100 things that I need to do. That mental exhaustion is insane. Like I didn't even want to think no more, but my brain just constantly keep going and going and going and going, and it doesn't shut off. So like when I got to that delayed burnout plus that mental exhaustion, I was out of there for like 2 days.
So you just like flat out 48 hours, nothing.
Nothing.
Ooh, man. That's, girl, you should have called a doctor. What you got, Jax?
I think it's
That's
a
doctor
combination.
worthy because, man.
I think it's a combination of the two. And my two would be the burnout being a workup. Like just like he said, you got a lot going on. We're doing a lot. We have a lot on our brains. We're trying to be all of the things and do all the things. But at the same time, we are also dealing with the world that we live in. And the world that we live in by itself is heavy. It comes with a lot of stuff. We're looking at a lot of things. We're being overloaded and barraged with a lot of emotional and trauma that it captures a lot of us because it hits really close. And then on top of that, some of us are actually operating in a fog and a fatigue. I was one of them. I was moving in fog and fatigue. I couldn't remember things. I couldn't finish sentences. And I'm trying to figure out why. And it was literally a medical thing. And I didn't realize until my doctor looked at me and was like, you can't keep doing this. You can't operate this way. But I'm trying to go to school, raise my kids, be a wife, be a mama, be who I need, be who they need, show up in the world, show up with my people, show up with my tribe. All while I can't even remember the name of the place that I want to go eat a salad from. That's crazy. That's crazy work. You can't
you're not
remember the
lying.
name of a restaurant.
You're not lying. That's why I always tell both of you and the tribe, hey man, be good to yourself. Because you can't be good to anybody else unless you're good to yourself first. You got to take time. And you know, right before we came on, I was talking about something, and I'm talking about be good to yourself. I am the number one problem for myself. Do you understand? Do you see any faces? When y'all see this on YouTube, look at their faces. Like they know, right? And there's a such thing with me where I don't think rest is viewed as a weakness. I just always feel like it's got to get done because nobody's going to do it unless I do it. It's up to me. Like I always have that mentality. And I'm slowly but surely trying to back away from that, but it's hard. It is because that constant urgency is a different type of fuel. It's not a good fuel either. It is a different type of fuel. That is a different type of motivation that will give you a discipline that will have you feeling like I don't need to eat right now because I got to keep going. Right? It will have you feeling so burnt out. Like Jack said, you will forget your name sometimes. You start calling your kids. Now I understand what my parents used to do and my grandparents. They calling kids out their name. I was called my cousin name, my brother name, and looking dead at you and calling you somebody else's name. That is fatigue.
My
That is
grandmother used to
exhaustion.
say, if you was doing what you was supposed to do, I'd know your name. But I mean, hey, I guess you can look at it either way.
That's the first time I ever heard that. Now my grandmother would literally say, "You know who the hell I'm talking to?
I was just
I'm
about to
looking
say
at
My
you."
that. I do know
grandmother
your
used to
name.
look at us and she would call me. It's so many of us. And I'll give my grandmother that. Like it's 100 grandchildren alone. It's a
Hold
lot
on,
of us.
hold on. Let's
My
pause.
mother has 12 siblings. 12.
But
And
let's
of the 12,
pause.
only 2 of them have been laid to rest. Actually, 13 if you count the one they lost as an infant. So it's
And
a
there's
lot of us.
100 grandkids.
When we started, right before my grandmother passed, we started counting and we were like, golly, at least every child has more than one. And when my grandmother started, we started going through the line. We were like, oh my God. I have aunts who had 5 and 6. I have an uncle who has 2 sets of twins. 2 sets of twins.
I don't think we got 100 grands in my family.
Like, it's a lot of us.
I'll be stroking.
My grandmother used
That's
to
what
look
I
us
be
square in the
doing.
face, and I have said to her, that's not my name. And she'd be like, if you was doing what you was supposed to do, I know your name.
I think that's a
Like,
sign of
what I
burnout.
was doing.
I honestly believe that was a sign of burnout. Like if you can't remember the restaurant you got to go to, Jax, they were forgetting names.
Yeah.
Gee,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
sat in the truck with my husband the other day. This was Saturday. This past Saturday, I said I wanted a salad. And he was like, all right, cool. I was like, yeah. He was like, but where you want to go? And I was like, and I'm literally like, go down this street. And he's like, okay, so I'm going to go down the street. Do I keep going or do I turn? I was like, nope, just keep going straight till you get there. When I see it, I'm going to point it out when we get close. And that's exactly what I did. I did not remember the name of the restaurant until it was in my face. And I was like, this is sad. I was like, I literally could not. I was sitting in the car like I was numb. I couldn't.
That's me all day, every day.
And I was just like you look at yourself like, how I don't know where I want to go when I want to go there.
So
And then
with that being said,
take me.
I wanna see how y'all feel about this. What if, because I know Kish does this, what if we have turned overthinking and overplanning into survival?
Yeah.
Okay, so since you said that, we live in survival mode sometimes.
Okay.
Some of us were raised in survival mode. And you can't help how you were raised because that you don't know no better. If you've been raised in survival mode is all you know. You don't know it's survival mode until somebody tells you. And then
That's
a lot
true.
of us who single parent in survival mode because I got to get this done. I got to do this. I need to be here. I need to be there. My kid needs this. I still got to work. I can't let nothing fall. So what are you doing? Surviving. And then what are you doing? Training your kid to operate in survival mode because your kid gets used to you being short-tempered, you loud, you don't want to hear nothing, you don't want to talk, you want to be in your room, all you want to do is sleep, eat, and move. You don't know no different. Survival mode becomes natural. It becomes where we live at. And we sometimes don't even want somebody to tell us, you gotta stop. You need to sit back and think, and you need to look at what you're living in. Because a lot of times, especially as parents, our kids get the brunt of us living in survival mode. And it's not good for them. But you don't want nobody to tell you you're short-tempered because you're tired and you're trying to do it all, but your kid still needs to level you, not the turn the TV down because it's too loud because I don't want to hear it, and you go in your room and I'm going to go in mine. We do it.
Yeah, we all do it. So to the overthinker and overplanner that now I know of, what you got, Kish? Because because let me tell you something. That little brain up there, but let me not little brain, but that brain up there, man. Listen, she could be sitting still, and I can hear. You can hear the hamster just. You can just hear it, but go ahead. Yeah, I gotta hear it from you. Come on.
So, and to be honest, like I can't say that I learned this from my mom. I learned this, as soon as I had my first kid. Like for me, my brain does not function, you know what I'm saying, like slowly. It processes things super fast. So sometimes I have to scale back and be like, okay, Keisha, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, handle the stuff that you can handle now because like now I'm like 50 steps ahead. Like, okay, like if I do this, then I need to do this. Then if I do that, then if this happened, then I need to do this. Like I'm like 50 steps ahead. So my brain never turns off. Like I could be sitting here like just now, I just did it. Jax was talking, and then in my mind, I'm thinking like, I need to go to the grocery store. I need to cook, figure out what I need to cook. Then whatever it is I'm gonna cook, I need to start the car so it won't be cold when I get in the car. Like that's how my brain functions. And then meanwhile, I'm listening to her, and then now I'm thinking about what I'm about to say in response to this question. Yes, like this happens all day long. That's why I say that mental exhaustion for me is crazy.
Now, that is, and we're calling it survival mode, right? But I want y'all to really think about what I'm about to say because it in a sense it is survival mode, but it's also always preparing for the worst case scenario. Why do we do that?
That snowball effect, man.
Exactly, but why do we do that, right? And I'm saying I set this up in a way to see what y'all was going to say, but at the same time, why do we operate in a worst case scenario, always expecting or preparing for the worst case scenario when we know we got faith?
Some of us don't realize
why do we do that? I know. So, but see, we have to take a step back and realize that we're doing it and kind of, because when I say, you see, now Keith says she's 50 steps ahead of herself. I do a game of 3. I'm 3. I'm good with 3. If I go beyond 3, the hamster on the wheel. If I go beyond 3, it's disgusting. Like I have played out all the way down to when I pull my car out of that parking lot in the grocery store, I need to go to the left. Because if I don't go to the left, I'm gonna get caught in traffic. If I go to the right, I'm gonna be able to go this way. And if I go down, I'll be able to get the gas. And when I get the gas, the man at the van, he talk a lot. So I don't want to talk to him. So I gotta go to pump 3. And if I go to pump 3, I'll be able to get out faster. Now, if I take a right when I get out on the street, there's construction down there. So that means I'm gonna have to go all the way down. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get on pump 2. I'm gonna take a left, and I'm gonna go the long way. That's what I'm gonna do. I know it.
But I feel like in your question to why do we do it, when we have faith? My thing is my faith does not, I feel like my faith doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the way my brain processes things. Because
Okay.
my faith is strong. Like my faith is strong, but in my mind is being prepared. So
In
my
my
thing is with the
mind.
worst case scenario, and the worst case scenario means that I don't get no surprises. I'm already prepared for it to be able to move forward. The goal is to continue to move. So if
Okay.
I can move forward, then I'm not stuck in whatever is going on or whatever goes wrong. That's how I think.
I didn't
Okay.
realize I snowballed until somebody told me I snowballed. I literally, a prime example, I did this when it was time for me to exit the military. I snowballed on the way out the door. And literally this person was like, stop.
Yeah.
Why? Like I had already put myself in jail. Like that's the type of snowball. I was so deep. And he was like, dude, you've gone way too far. You talked about this plan a million times. Why is the plan that you talked about not effective enough? And you've gotten yourself from here to Egypt in literally 2.5 seconds. And I didn't
Yeah.
realize I could not compartmentalize what was right here in front of my face, what my fear was, what my faith was, and what my plan for exit was going to be. And it literally took somebody just shoving that in my face. Now, keep in mind, as you said, where does our faith stand with that? The Bible says faith without works is dead. So while I got faith, I still got to have a
Exactly.
plan. I still got to be prepared because faith didn't say it wasn't going to be wrong. It wasn't going to have a hiccup. The Bible says that the weapons will form, they just won't be successful. So
There you
therefore,
go.
if they form, I need to be ready for battle when they come, right? We have to learn how to compartmentalize. It took therapy for me to figure that out. It took therapy for me to realize you got to create boxes for what you can do, what you
Yeah.
can't do, and what you need to do in the future. Learn how to deal with it one at a time instead of jumbling all of this stuff together. It starts snowballing down the hill in the middle of the avalanche, and then it picks everything up on the way down. And then it smacks me in the face because I'm standing at the bottom waiting for it. It's a work. Like we have to be honest that this is what we're doing. We got to recognize it. The first step is recognizing and acknowledging that you have a problem. You got to know that you're doing it. And then you got to seek a way to not do it, because all it does, it literally turns into mental exhaustion for you. Because at the end of the day, you ain't slept. You not eating.
Yep.
You running on fumes. You drained. And how can you perform with all of that on top of you and you worry?
Yeah. And it's hard too, because I had a coworker who always told me, she said she always used to be like, Keisha, watch your thoughts. Because she would see me thinking. And I used to be like, why you keep saying watch your thoughts? And she said, Keisha, watch your thoughts, because your thoughts become words and your words become action. She
You
said,
feed your
so
own
watch your
fear.
thoughts. Yeah.
You feed
Yeah.
your own fear. That was something I also learned in therapy. The more you sit and concentrate on what you're afraid of is the more you feed the fear. And then the fear then becomes a reality. So now the very thing you feared is not what you living in. And all that does is tear you down. Live in the fact. This is what it is. This is the problem I got to solve. How can I solve it? The 3-step is perfect. This is my problem. How can I solve it? What's my plan in coming up with that? That's where you hit the 3 and leave it.
Like I said, The 3 steps. I'm always 3 steps ahead of myself. If you go beyond 3, I know for me, I'm going to drag myself somewhere I know I don't want to be. I know I am. So I do the 3. You know what I'm saying? If this does this and this does that, then I'll be here. Boom. That's it. And whatever comes after that, I'll do another 3. But I can't do 50 off the 1. No. I'll be out here speaking a whole nother language. It'll be horrible. Like, we're not going to do that.
You need something to regulate me.
What? Now I'm medicated because I can't get myself together.
Yeah.
And I don't even like taking medicine. And that now I'm out here looking droopy eyed and you can't even talk to me because my face leaking. It ain't cute.
You be out here medicated looking crazy.
There's some medicine out here that'll have you drooling. Like you
you be out here medicated looking crazy, needing something to wake up, needing something to go to sleep, and needing something to function.
All while drinking an energy drink. All while drinking an energy drink. Heart about to bust.
Everything you putting in you working against your brain.
Yeah. Now you overthinking, over planning. You got decision fatigue now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you're carrying stress silently. You're not even telling nobody about it. You got to be careful because it doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from never feeling safe enough to stop.
Hey, we all know what silent stress will do.
Yeah. So if you got to get out of that, and I'm gonna say that again, mental exhaustion doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from never feeling safe enough to stop. You have to give yourself some rest. You have to know that just because you stop moving doesn't mean the progress stop. It doesn't. Because guess
I feel
what?
like that's where the help come in at too. Like that's where help come in at.
Yeah. And like I was saying, it's just like if you're driving a car. If you're driving a car long distance and you stop and get gas, does that stop the progress?
Nope.
No. It does not stop the progress. You have to stop. Just like when you stop and you going long distance, you got to stop. You got to stretch. You got to grab some snacks. You got to get your mind back together to get back on that road. It's the same thing. So in order to get back on that road, the things that you want to do, you're going to have to rest at some point. Stretch your mind, get in some good air, read something different, give yourself a different medium to look at. Take your mind off of that thing and then come back and you'll be fine. You won't lose the progress. What you're doing in that process is you're losing yourself. That's what you're doing. You're breaking yourself. And you don't even realize it because it's like, I gotta do. And then you look back and you got nothing.
The check engine light on and you done burnt the whole motor.
It ain't even on. You know what they tell you? You know what they tell you? If the check engine light on, you still all right. But if that joker start blinking, buddy.
Check engine light on. My thing is when the check engine light come on, I don't need it to blink. That's the sign right then that I need to, hey, whether I need to unload it, whether I got to put a pin in it.
Right.
That's it. That's your sign. And we ignore the check engine light all the time.
Yeah, because we don't know how to stop. Just like he said, we just know how to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It got to get done. The goal. That's what we keep on talking about. The goal.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to tire yourself out and you're going to be laid out and the goal's still not going to be completed.
Mm-hmm. God going to knock you right on down to where you need to be. I tell everybody I know, if you don't stop you, God will definitely stop you. And whether that is him putting you in a place that you don't want to be in, you find yourself in a hospital, your health start failing, your mind start failing, something start failing, and you be like, hold up, wait a minute, I'm not ready yet. Don't take me just yet, Jesus. Let me get it right. Then you be like, okay, so what did I do wrong? It took all that for you to realize you needed to breathe, stop, and take care of yourself.
Right.
And just because you said that, I'm going to say something. Ain't nothing worse than you chasing something God never assigned you to. Hear me now. Ain't nothing worse than you chasing something God never assigned you to. Because man, oh man, do you know the level of hurt you would be in if you don't get that? You done gave your all to this thing. You pushed, exhausted, crazy, calling your kids the wrong names like we was talking about earlier. You can't find the restaurant you looking for. You looking at the menu and all the words crossing together.
It wasn't even your purpose.
And you still have not been able to
Right.
find a victory lap in this thing because it wasn't assigned to you. You better stop picking up these things that God ain't asked you to do. You'll find yourself by yourself. And that's not a good feeling. Because there are people in your life that are going to tell you you're going the wrong way. And you know what you call them? Haters. You call them haters. Everybody that has your best interest in mind is not a hater. Some of these people you have to listen to. See, we call them haters because we feel like, oh, you don't understand. This is my grind. This is my hustle. This is what I was. Not one time did you say this was what you was called to do. This is your grind. This is your hustle. But what was you called to do? What's the purpose? See, I always heard two things. One, the very thing that you're passionate about, if you can turn it into paper, aka money, you will never work a day in your life. You will never work a day in your life. And this other thing I'm about to say, I really feel like I came up with this because I Googled it and I can't find it nowhere. So I believe this is mine. Okay? I'm claiming it. People that are doing what they don't like to do, they take their time. People that are doing what they love to do, they make time. If you are doing something where you feel like, oh my God, I can't believe I gotta do this again. That's not your thing. You just doing it to not just, I guess you doing it to please something within you, but most of the time we're doing these things nowadays because we live in that social media era. We're doing things to please other people. Oh, I got to keep going because I got to post this to the gram or I got to post this to TikTok. For who? For who?
Other people.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all. And I say this all the time to my co-hosts and even the other people that ask me about this podcast. When I post the social media content, whether you like it or not, if I got one or two people in the comments that said, I really needed to hear that, I did my job. We did our job. We did. And that, I think the last couple of things I posted, we've been getting those. I really needed to hear that. I really needed to see that. That's what this is about. This goes viral. This goes kaboom. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all might want to Google us. But because we're making traction. You know what I'm talking about? Hey. But the whole purpose of it is just, I need people. I want to reach people who need to hear the thing they've been needing to hear. That's why I do this. That's why I got these co-hosts on here with me. I'm not doing this because, oh, I'm going to go viral. And whenever the moment comes, that's when it comes. And we'll be here sitting in it. We'll get the success. Okay, cool. But as for right now, the foundation, hey, man, somebody needs to hear it. And that's it. That is it. Because I know a lot of people with podcasts right now, I got to reach such and such and do this and da-da-da-da-da. And I need 1,000 views right now. But you ain't said nothing. You sound like the WB frog every time you come on. The WB. Y'all there cooning. Y'all there cooning. We see it. We see it. You got podcasts out there. And I'm not trying to, shove down your throats that you shouldn't listen to other people, but you can clearly see. You can see it. I'm not doing this to please a soul, but I am doing it to ease a few souls.
Yeah.
Let that marinate. Because each and every one of us up here have been through something a day or two, a week or two, month or two, year or two. We've been through some things. And this platform is to ensure that, if we can stop somebody from dealing with what we ever had to deal with, then that's cool. Then one of the best things I heard last year was, you get a young person and you get to teaching them. You don't realize what you're doing. You're giving them rocket fuel. And I was like, rocket fuel? What you mean? At the age that we are right now, if a 20-year-old came up to us and asked us for advice, we've given them 20 plus years of rocket fuel. Think about that. Think about the fact that if somebody that was our age that came to us at 20 and said, hey, yada, 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 they were giving us rocket fuel because they didn't want us to go through what they went through because they see it. We can't see it in our youth, and then we're like, man, anybody listen to all that. Man, I might go to this party and that. But they were giving us rocket fuel. Because at the age of 20, I'm going to be honest with you, you can fail for 10 years and still be successful.
Yeah.
You got time, right? 10 years, you can fail. I had to tell my daughter this. You can fail for 10 years and still get it right and live a phenomenal life. But you got to listen. Gotta listen. So everybody that has your best interest in mind is not a hater. Stop calling these people haters because you want what you want, because that's what that boils down to. They have your best interest in mind because guess what? They may have a testimony that you need to listen to. They may have the experience that you can learn from, but you so tight and you got the clouded vision that this is my thing, this is my grind, my hustle, and I'm gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it by yourself. Let me just be honest with you. You're just not. I started this podcast. I could have sat up here and talked to myself. I know I needed people on here. I know I did. And when we did the first show, I'm going to tell you, we were supposed to have other people. We was going to interchange and all that good stuff. We did the first show. I was like, I'm sorry, but I like this chemistry. Right? And I stuck with it because I like it. You know, if I didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to fire myself. Somebody was going to get fired. Hell, this is my show. But it did work out the way it did. And it's supposed to be like this. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be us three. And I appreciate y'all so much, man. So now we about to dive into something else. Yeah, because, you know, we get into the grind and the hustle, whether it be, you know, entrepreneurial or you're working for somebody. So now, how heavy is the economy draining us? Because we got to deal with inflation outpacing income. We just talked about this, Kish. Inflation outpacing income. And, you know, I can't never keep a straight face. And y'all know I'm silly. Y'all been watching the podcast. Y'all know I always got something. I'm trying to figure out, when did Popeyes become so expensive? I went to Popeyes and I swear to God, a 3-piece is about $30. Like, what's wrong with Popeyes? What are we doing? Meanwhile, Wendy's got these little funky 5 for $5. They got an 8 for $8 now. No, I'm just playing. Don't run to Wendy's looking for an 8 for $8, y'all. I'm lying. I'm just playing. Lord Jesus. Somebody, I'm like cursing. I'm telling you, it's an 8 for $8. What you going to do getting an 8 for $8 anyway? Big back, big back. Listen, so yeah, the inflation outpacing income, it's got people in a situation where we're taking jobs that's well outside of what we are willing to deal with. Well outside.
I feel like we've always been there. I feel like we've always, as a people, we've always done that. We've taken what we needed or worked where we needed to work in order to get what we needed to get until, you know, do what you can until you can do better. And we've done that for so long. But when that was happening, like when my mama and your mama was doing that back then, it didn't come with such political heaviness that overrode all of the other things. It wasn't clouded by, oh my God, I'm trying to make groceries happen. And then, oh my God, I'm looking at this ICE stuff. And then, oh my gosh, my job is in jeopardy, because I was watching CBS Mornings and come to find out Black women are making less and are more unemployed than any race in America. So I'm raising kids, can't get a job, can't work. I got all this political crap that I see on TV. And oh yeah, I gotta go work at Dollar Tree for them to pay me $5 an hour. And that still ain't cutting half the mustard for me to do half of what I need to do. So it literally, it's like it just mounts up.
Yeah. So let me ask this then. Excuse me, Jax. Let me ask this. Cause you said something. You said, this is a nice point. My question is, at what point do we as people get to a point where we really start circulating our own Black dollar? When do we do that? And I know it's a sore subject. I know it is. And I'm gonna say for a number of reasons why it's a sore subject, and you guys can disagree or agree. One, I understand that whatever brand that you started, clothes, candles, you sell bikes, you build cars, whatever the case may be. My question is, why is your product way more than the competitor? You ever noticed that? Like when we create a product, our product is priced so much higher than what's in the market. Now, I don't want to say that it's because it's a money grab, but it's what it looks like. I don't mind spending my money with us. I don't. I will do it at the drop of a dime. But does it come at the cost of inflation outpacing income? Does it come at that cost? Because that's the part I don't understand. Because if I and to my Black entrepreneurs, I really want you to understand this, because I don't knock your prices. Your prices are your prices. It's your brand. But if you are trying to figure out why people are running to someone else and not purchasing your items, look at your prices sometimes. Look at your prices. And maybe, just maybe, right? Find a different vendor for where you're buying your products from. Because if you're trying to recoup and make money, the back end, I know, I get it. The vendor may be taxing you a little high, and you're trying to recoup. Look at that. There's different vendors out there. But there's I've heard many people say that, and I've seen it. And like I said, I still support. I will still support. It doesn't matter to me. If I got to save up the money to support just so I can say, hey, I support it, I'm fine with that. But not everybody can do that. And not everybody's willing to do that. There's a lot of people out here. Oh my, I'm not buying that. I can go to Amazon and get da 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 da. You hear it all the time. Right? And I'm not telling you, Black entrepreneurs, that you have to come down to the level of where these people are. Because guess what? That's one person or 10 people. You may be able to sell to 1,000, 15,000 people that enjoy your product and don't mind paying the price. Do what you do. But for those that are struggling, take a look at it. Change your vendors. You don't have to change you don't have to necessarily, if you change your prices, make it be because you changed your vendor and you're making the money you need to make to recoup and be in the black or even in the green, right? But take a look at that, because that is one of the biggest, outside of customer service, that's one of the biggest complaints I always hear about our businesses. So, yeah.
Sometimes I feel like our Black businesses do business backwards. We don't understand that the first year in business, you're really not making any money. You are simply feeding overhead of all the things that you wanted to do. So we get caught up in, well, I got a plan and I've got this and I'm gonna give this product, but I want to get my money back. And your first year, and depending on what your business is, your first 2 years could be you simply paying in to your overhead of starting your business. Sometimes we're misinformed on the business end, because a lot of us, we do things we're good at. We don't necessarily have a business plan or the business mind behind it until we've already established, oh, I'm good at making all these cakes, so I'm going to just go make cakes and I'm going to go sell cakes. And then you start upping the price of cakes because you're like, well, I sold that pound cake for $30 and it took me $25 just to get all the products. I didn't really make no money.
Yeah.
We have to be much more educated and well-informed and ready to understand how this is going to actually go for us so that we can benefit us and benefit the people that we're serving.
Exactly.
And then
What you
also,
got,
I talked to one of my friends, like she is in business as well. And for her, it's like she struggles with getting business loans, like she struggled, for trying to find vendors, to push her products out at a cheaper rate, right? she was explaining to me the way it wasn't that she was trying to recoup her money. She just was trying to balance out, just break
Mm-hmm.
even, like her
Mm-hmm.
first year. And then with everything being so high, and then her not having investors. So everything that she does, she's doing it all on her own.
Yeah.
Everything from the insurance, from from buying the materials, from the advertisements, like everything she's doing on her own. Like when we go to like these other places, they may have people who are investing in them, and they can push more money out. They can expand, they can push more product out because it's more than just one of them. But when it's only one person, she said it's kind of hard to adjust the prices to theirs because you don't have it. You don't
Yeah.
have those investors helping you. So everything, every little penny counts, pretty much, is what she was
So,
saying. Every penny counts.
and so with that being said, I always tell people who actually say things like, because that's an honest testimony. Like I know people like that as well. Learn the skills. Learn the skills.
Mhm.
Right? And what I mean by that is, I never necessarily said I failed at things. I learned things. Like literally. My co-hosts, this is what they do. Everything else, you see all that editing, all the graphic design, that's me. Like I know like the audio, I learned all this stuff. We don't have to pay for that. Do you know how much a graphic designer will charge you just for a logo rebrand?
Right.
It's a lot of money. So you have to come up with that money. And just like you said, not only you have to come up with that money, then you got other vendors. You got shipping materials. You got whatever it is that you need. But you have to start learning these skills so you stop paying people and keep that money in your pocket so that money can go somewhere else where it's needed. And it doesn't take long to learn these skills. Get on YouTube. Get on YouTube and just start looking at things. Open up Canva. Start with Canva. It's so many people right now using Canva. I know it's people out there using Photoshop, but Photoshop dives so deep as far as graphic design is concerned. Canva is simple and it does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
It is simple, right? Audio design, video editing, CapCut. Like it's there. Learn the skills. People like, I need a social media content creator. For what? You
are
are
the
the
content
content creator.
creator.
Yes, you're creating the content.
You
And that's
hold the
the internet
camera
is
like
at
you.
your feet. The internet is literally put it all in your own hands.
Yeah.
But the
All
first thing
you
they'll
have to
tell
do is
you
find
is, I don't have the time and I don't know how to do it. Well, then take the time to learn how to do it and you'll have the time to do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Learn the skills. If you just learn the skills, I promise you, it will keep the money in your pocket. Why do you think people say I got the skills to pay the bills? Because you're going to pay me to do the thing that you
that you
don't
don't want to do.
want to do.
Mhm.
So guess what? I ain't calling you lazy. What I am calling you is inconsistent. Don't complain about what it is when you ain't trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
Come on. Learn the skills. Once you learn the skills, you'll realize how much money you're saving, because that $150 for somebody to film you for a minute and you doing 4 videos a month, that's $600. I don't know about you, but that sounds like some marketing somewhere else. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but that sounds like paying another vendor a little bit more so I can get more material so I can do what I need to do. I don't know about you, but that $600 can be shipping material. Think about that, man. Repurpose that money. Learn the skills. Just learn the skills and find you some cheaper vendors, right? But mostly, being that we are in this social media age, that graphic design, that video design, the audio design, man, learn that stuff on YouTube. That's where all the money is going right now. Learn it on YouTube. I promise you, there's so many creators, content creators on YouTube that's showing you how to do these camera tricks with your iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
How to do, make yourself or duplicate yourself in CapCut so it looks like you're talking to yourself. Like they're doing this all over social media, all over YouTube. Hey, you want those effects? Don't pay somebody to do it. YouTube it. TikTok it. Search it. It's there. Listen, I will recreate a thing and give it my own spin. Why? Because you ain't did it like I did it. You ain't seen me do it the way I'm going to do it. Might have seen somebody else do it, but watch how I put the spin on it. Recreate it. I ain't saying steal it now. Don't go to jail. But recreate it. Learn the
Don't
skill.
commit no fraud.
Come on now, don't do that. Don't find
Don't
yourself in jail. Don't do that.
don't go do no fraud, no copyright
Please.
infringement, no fraudulent activities.
And
Please
listen,
don't.
don't call my name out talking about GL showed me how to do it. The hell he did. You sound like Family Feud. Not me. I promise. Not the kid. So, and then talking about the economy, I also think that it's a lot of us that find ourselves working harder, but still falling behind because the math ain't mathing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you get this job and, it's the best job you feel like you ever have. And there's jobs out there, man, that the taxes, I didn't realize that, people can set sometimes what they take from you in your paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I thought it was just all across the board. Hey, no, it is not.
Mm-mm.
And listen,
Them deductions can vary.
Yes.
Man, like
them deductions can vary, and don't start paying no daggone health. Don't have no health
don't
insurance.
have no health insurance.
In that thing. Oh God, boy, you giving them thousands of dollars.
Man,
Yes.
paycheck, no pay due. What? Telling you, it can get nasty, man. So understand this. It's hard out here. It's hard. And sometimes it's hard for people that made the wrong decision earlier in life. And now you're reaping what you've sown, right? Just get back to it. Get back to it as best as you can, man. Sometimes you're going to have to work 2 jobs to pay that thing off, to catch up on the bills, right? Sometimes it's got to happen, right? You got to buckle down and make it happen because some people won't do that. The pride and the ego will get in the way. They'll be like, I'm not doing that. We're working 2 jobs, but you're still looking at the same bills. It's okay. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody an explanation for what you're doing with your life. Take your pride and your ego out of it and go do what you need to do. Because guess what? That second job may not last long. It's just enough so that you're able to get even, get back in the black. Because you've been living in the red for so long that's how you used to operating. Well, I know that bill due on the 28th. So check from the 15th, I'm going to pay these. But on the 1st, I'm going to pay the one that's on 28th. Why are we playing
Why we robbing Peter to pay Paul?
Right.
Why? What are we doing?
Because that's what they used to. Some of
Yeah,
us
and then
live in that life and you just keep perpetuating it.
and it never stops. And then you add more bills. Why are you adding more bills and you ain't got the first set of bills straight? Hey, do me a favor, y'all. I'm gonna help y'all out. Cause y'all feel like this is the hustle. Well, let me help y'all out. If you having problems paying your bills right now, I promise you getting them sneakers, that jacket, that cologne, that bike or whatever the case may be through Affirm, Klarna, or Afterpay.
Yep.
No, leave it alone. You don't need it right now. You're not missing out on a thing because guess what? That thing is still going to be there when you get right.
Yeah.
And if it
You
ain't
don't
there, it
need
wasn't
it.
meant for you.
It wasn't meant for you.
If it ain't there, it wasn't meant for you. God didn't mean for
Stop
you to hear
living
that.
in instant gratification all the time. Get yourself together. Make the sacrifices. Stop going out to eat all the time.
That's that thing like we talked about. You get used to having a little bit of money. You start doing this over here. You're doing that over there. You're being extra. You eat out. Like some of us are not willing to stop and be like, okay, I know I have A, B, C, and D, but I want this. So guess what? That means we're not eating out. That means we're not going here. That means I'm not buying this. Especially when you live in a space where you're not lacking nothing. Everything you need, you have. You got clothes at home, shoes at home, food at home, cable TV, lights, water. You not lacking nothing.
Talk
Save
about
something.
it. Talk about it. If your necessities are being covered, you are blessed. You blessed. And you don't even realize it. Because you are comparing yourself to what you see out in the street or what you see on social media. Your bills paid. You got clothes on your back, shoes on your feet, and the food that you get to buy and eat. You're able to put gas in your car. You got a bed you can sleep in. Your water is running. Your lights are on. Like, let's be clear, man. That's a blessing. And then there's a couple of y'all out there that's complaining about the very things that you prayed for, and you got it. Oh my God, man, I know I should have stayed in that apartment. This house is too much. Boy, you got a God problem. Calm down. That's a God problem. Because guess what? You think it's bad that you in that house and you ain't able to do what you want to do now. Imagine if you was in that apartment and you couldn't pay your doggone rent. Them people to put you out 45 days. It'll put you out 45 days. Do you know that if you in a house and you're not able to pay your mortgage, you got 4 to 5 months? And you can get that money back and get that money up, work 2 jobs and pay that thing off. You still have somewhere to live. That's a God problem. You still living in your answered prayers. Come on, man. Stop complaining about the things that you prayed for. You get on a job that you prayed for. Oh, man, I can't believe these people, man. This is crazy, man. Something told me not to. Getting paid more than what you ever been paid in life. Just prayed for the job. And now you complaining about everything on the job. Some things going to get on your nerves.
He's living in answered prayers. He's living in answered prayers.
And don't even realize it. You don't even realize
it. Be ungrateful.
Yeah. But
and wonder why God won't put nothing else in your hand. Because you walking around stubborn and ungrateful.
Man. And it's because you mishandle what the gift that he gave you.
Facts.
Facts. I agree. You've been faithful of a few things, so come on up so I can give you something else. Why give you a big old mansion when he gave you a 4-bedroom or starter home and you walking around here crying and complaining? But you want something else. You want a job so you can get something else, but you complaining about what he gave you. You won't take care of it. You won't do right by it. Like, come on.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I see, like all the bills are increasing, like light bill, gas bill, like all the bills are increasing, right? But that does not mean that you have to go out here and spend all those, because I get it. You worked, you want to treat yourself. I get it. But at the same time, don't let your lights get cut off or your gas get cut off because you want to go treat yourself. Like, it only lasts for so long. We've been through this before. We've sacrificed before. Even if we wasn't doing it ourselves, we saw our parents do it. So we know it's not going to last forever. So just stay the course, and then you'll benefit in the end. That's how I see it.
Yeah. And go ahead, Jax.
I look at it like, hey, you like he said, you got to pay the bills. The bills are coming, they're coming. Budget for the bills, and when it's time to pay the bills, I try to keep a grateful mind. And I say that because you don't want to be ungrateful, and you don't want to be ungrateful to God. So I say, you know what? No, I don't want to pay an $800 HOA bill, but guess what? I saved all year, and I got the money to pay it. Thank God.
There you go. Bless God.
Thank God.
That's it.
I had it. Hallelujah.
That's it.
Let me give these people this money, and we're gonna go on for another year.
But you decided to sacrifice a few things so that you
Who wants to shuffle $800 out in one pay period or one check? Nobody.
Right.
But you know it's coming. So do what you need to do.
You gotta pay it. So with all that being said, everything that these ladies said, I agree with. Even with your bills, right? If you know those bills are coming, and those bills are coming, hey man, get you a book. Write down your bills all the way down to the last penny. Write down your bills all the way down to the last penny. You hear me? All the way down to the last penny. And start seeing where you can save.
Mm-hmm.
Just start seeing where you can save. If you used to having, and this is just, little budget 101. If you realize that at the end of the month that you have $500 or even, I say round number, $1,000 left over, but you clearly blow through 500 with no problem. and the other 500 just sitting there. Why don't you take that other 500 and just put it somewhere that you can't touch it? Just put it away. Just put it away, because guess what? At the end of the year, you look like, man, I wish I had enough money to get the Christmas gifts I wanted to get the kids. You would have had $6,000 if you took that 500 and sat it away for a year.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. It's very easy. We make it hard because we live in this instant gratification life. Like, you don't have to have it right now. You're not missing out on anything. You're not. And I'm not telling you that you didn't earn the right to do something for yourself. You do. But it's not every time you get paid. Let's be clear. It's not every time you get paid. Put that money away. Because at the end of the year, even with your taxes, let me say that, even with your taxes, take half of that money and just sit it to the side. Just sit it to the side.
Nah, they gotta
You
go
out
get
here
that
doing
car.
you out here doing all them things. Like, you get that money February, March, and by August, you right back to being the same person. You ain't got no more money. You're in the house. Everybody trying to figure out where you at. Let me tell you where you at. You broke. Because you played the crazy game. Sometimes you got to do broke. You got to do broke people stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with doing broke people. I'm not telling you got to go to the store and buy ramen every week. But what I am telling you, you ain't got to go to Chipotle every day either. You ain't got to go to Chick-fil-A every day. You ain't got to do that.
Jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. And to be honest with you, guess what? You can make Chipotle. Y'all better get on Pinterest.
Yes, and it's good.
Get on Pinterest.
You ain't even got to get on Pinterest. Most of us know how to
Shoot.
cook chicken, steak,
That
rice,
part.
and we can saute vegetables in a pan.
Come on
and
now.
if you don't,
Come on now.
you can call your mama and ask her, "Ma, how I saute these vegetables?"
Come on now. Because
You know,
guess
the
what?
Chipotle
Boy?
commercial give it away. Yeah, they show you how they do half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just made hibachi steak bowls, didn't I, girl?
he did. And
You
it
see
was
that face?
fabulous.
That boy can cook now. That boy bad. That boy bad. And that's what the flat grill I want. When I get that Blackstone, I ain't gonna never be in the house. You hear me? Ever. I'm gonna be out there looking like them people in the Shogun spot, cutting up everything, looking crazy. She gonna come outside. What was that? It's the fire. I'm gonna do the fire. I'm gonna do the volcano with the onions. I'm gonna do all of it. I'm gonna do all of it. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do all of it. Wait till I get that Blackstone. I ain't never gonna be in the house. You coming in? Nope, I'm sleeping out of here. I got to make sure don't nobody take my Blackstone. Sound like somebody grand up. I got to make sure don't nobody take my Blackstone. Because I'm going to cook tomorrow morning. Know that. Be getting pancakes. Yo.
Hey, that's how my realtor and her husband are. Man, her husband cook everything on that thing. Breakfast,
Listen.
lunch, dinner,
Like I
brunch.
tell you, I've been holding out. But let me tell you.
That's gonna be him. I already know.
Yeah, I've been holding out. And I just been holding out. Like, I could have been got the Blackstone. I just been like, nah, I'll wait. I'll wait. It's gonna, and that's, just me. It'll be there. I'll get it. But now I'm like, oh, I gotta get it now. I got that itch. And I'm not gonna use a firm to get it. No, I'm just playing.
First of all, people, there is nothing wrong with using a firm after pay or anything.
Let's say that.
It's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
You're not
But
saying
what is wrong with it is you burning money you don't necessarily have, right? Just because you're paying for it in
stuff you don't need.
Just because you're paying for it in installments, don't mean that you're doing the right thing. But I don't judge people. If me and you got the same pair of sneakers and you got yours from a firm, guess what? It's the same pair of sneakers.
They still got that money.
They still got your money, right? Whether they got it later.
Your money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not judging. If you're using a firm, if you're using Klarna, if you're using Afterpay, if you're using ShopPay, do your thing. But make sure you got the money to do it. That's all I'm saying. So my question to you ladies now, as we begin to close this, and I want you all to answer this from a perspective of not just where you are, but where you want to be, right? And you can answer this generally. I'm not asking you to dive deep into your lives, but I want to see what you think. How do you, or how would you move from surviving to thriving? What does that look like for you? What does going from surviving to thriving look like to you?
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna just give you my real life. Because over the last 3 years, I'm not gonna say me and my husband weren't thriving, but we were not where we wanted to be. And we both had an honest conversation with each other. And at one point he looked at me and he was like, this just ain't enough. I got to give y'all something else. That, and like we have all said, that took some sacrifice. That took us being very honest about what we wanted, what that looked like, where we wanted to be. I've not always been a stay-at-home mom. I worked Dallas's first 2 years. I bust my butt when we first moved here. We didn't even own a home. We rented 2 houses before we bought our first. And it took just us being very conscious and thriving and being honest about what thriving meant. What does that look like for us? Where are we thriving? What are we doing? What are we giving? What are we giving up? And even now, in 2026, me and my husband have decided this is not it. We want something else. We want more. But we put one thing really, really centered, which it wasn't that it wasn't before. But I feel like sometimes your personal feelings get in the way of being aligned with what God wants for you. Is this what you want for me, even if I don't want it for myself? And am I going to be big enough to understand and close enough to hear you when you say, that's not what I have for you, or that's not what I want for you? That truck outside, y'all know how long I wanted that new truck? I've been asking for that sapsucker for 3 years. 3 solid years. And I didn't get it until I said, okay, God, if you want me to add a truck, then you'll make a way. I'm not lying. I'm not lying to y'all at all. We went to the dealership to look at something totally different. We went to look at something totally different. And I had test drove 2 cars. 2 weeks. Y'all know I test drove 2 trucks. And the 2 trucks I test drove, it did not work. Like literally something was wrong with one of them. My husband wasn't satisfied with the other one. He was like, baby, I just can't see me letting you get in this car. We went to see the salesperson who sold me my first 2 trucks. And he was like, hey, y'all, I need to walk down here. Y'all want to walk down here with me? We walked down to the pit and I was like, hey, what's that? What's that? Everyone up there, you talked me out of. The one I wanted, you said it didn't have no sunroof and you knew I wanted that. What's that? Oh, yeah. That's everything you want. Huh? Oh, yeah. Let me go get the keys and look at it. And when I say down to the fact that I ain't never been so bold to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go do this car loan. I'm going to do this. No, I was like, this shit is not going to work out. I talked myself out of it. I took every piece of me like, yeah, I done drove this sapsucker home and I'm going to drive it right back. And I've done it. I had test drove one, drove it, kept it for a whole weekend and took it back. Before I test drove the last 2 in the 2 weeks. I test drove 3. It was like a 3-month period. I test drove the one I got. Like the one that was just like the one I wanted. I test drove that, took it back to the dealership. We waited 3 months. I test drove 2 other trucks, didn't work out. And it was not literally, I was taking that other truck back and I said, well, God, whatever you want is what I wanted. You want me to get a new car? I guess I get it. If you don't want me to get one, I'm going to sit with what I got.
Yeah.
We got to be willing to really align ourselves with our desires, God's plan, and being secure with what that means and being mentally stable in all of that so we can enjoy the money, enjoy the things, and be able to move in all that.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. And I'm happy for you, girl. I'm glad you got what you know what I'm saying? Super happy for you, man. For
And
real.
like I told my husband, we ain't buying else. Everything else is cash and you. Nothing. Done.
I hear you. I ain't mad at you. All right, Kish, what you got, girl? Talk to me.
So going from surviving to thriving for me, what it looks like is just not having to overthink, overprocess, overanalyze every single thing that I purchase. Like just being able to because I want to go back to school. Like, I was going to go back to school, but I felt like it was going to put me in a strain. So I didn't do it. Even though the outcome would have been good, but it just in my mind, like I said, I stayed 50 spots ahead. So in my mind, I was thinking like, okay, well, if this not going to happen because I don't want this, and this to happen. So for me, just thriving is just not being, just being in a space where I don't have to overthink about every single decision, purchase, financially, anything that has to do with money.
I like both of those. Okay. For me, going from surviving to thriving is just having time and freedom. Time and freedom. It's not even about the money. The money will give me that, right? So, but the time and freedom. And what I mean by that is time is such a precious commodity. You can lose money and get money back. You can lose people and get better people. You lose time. You can't get that back. Right. And so time to create memories, time to build relationships, time to spend time with the people you love.
That's important.
Right. Yes. Very important. It's oftentimes where throughout the day, where I always think like, man, I feel like I'm supposed to be somewhere else. I feel like I should be doing something else. And there are times where I'm like, man, it would be good to see my kids today. Or pull up on somebody, at the house, back at the crib. And I long for that. And so for me, that's what my surviving to thriving looks like. To have the financial independence, to have the time and freedom to do not necessarily what I want to do, because that's dangerous, but to be able to move in such a way, in a level of freedom that's like uncanny. Like if I you know what I'm saying? When I wake up, I'm just like,
I receive it.
I'm going to see the kids today.
I receive it.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't buy a ticket. Like I'm going, like I'm online when I wake up 9:00 in the morning. It'll be good to go see the kids today. Buy the ticket right there. Boom, gone. Oh, you know what? I ain't got nothing going on this weekend. Oh man, I ain't got nothing going on this weekend. I ain't got nothing going on too. I ain't got check this one out. I ain't got nothing going on this weekend. It's Friday. Actually, I ain't got nothing to do till Thursday next week. Hey man, I'm going to Maldives.
Yeah.
I'm going to Maldives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Europe.
That's the dream. That's it. That's the dream.
I'm going to Copacabana. Like I'm going. That's the surviving to thriving.
You and your honey, hey, pack your bag. Let's roll. We head now. Like get your
shit.
That's it. Because we need to go
and
now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That's what that looks like for me. Because I don't believe I'm surviving right now. Like I'm thriving right now. I was surviving the last 6 months of 2025. Believe. I was crying in the car. You hear me? But the space of being able to just get up and go, having that financial independence to just be like, yeah, today's Tuesday and I want to see my kids. I want to see my mom. I want to see my cousins back at the house. Like I want to see how people are doing. I want to surprise somebody. I want to put a smile on somebody's face. You know, that. So that's what surviving to thriving looks like for me. Just having that time and freedom just to move about, in a way where you put smiles on people's faces and not just your own. That's what I want to do. Damn. So with that being said, we have reached that part of the show where I heard my pastor say, hey, all right. All right. So I heard my pastor say, they liked you when you were manageable and struggle when you become intentional. They liked you, right? They liked you when you were getting along to get along.
When they felt like they could control you.
They struggled. They struggled when you decided to do something with your life.
You became difficult.
They liked you when you were willing to party. They struggled when you decided to grind.
Why you acting funny all of a sudden?
And they
Why
always
you
gonna say
better
you
than
acting
us now?
funny.
Why you act
Why
like
you
you
act?
better than us now?
Why you won't hang out with the cool kids no more?
Right. You too good now.
You know why? Because like my pastor saying, I got it on my TikTok because I'm consecrated. Can't hang out with y'all like that no more. There's a purpose on my life. I got something I got to do.
Gotta move with a purpose.
That's why. Gotta move with a purpose. Because guess what? You ain't building nothing. You ain't saying nothing. It's the same thing every year. All you did was buy more liquor or buy more stuff for the party.
Or hit
Oh,
more
this year we gonna do it big.
Right.
All you did was buy $200 more worth of stuff. It's
Hit
the
more
same stuff
stuff.
from last year. Don't nothing look different.
Wasted money.
Everybody looked the same. Y'all actually could have came in the same clothes as last year. You showed up as the same person. Why not wear the same clothes?
Right.
Ain't no need to change a thing.
Don't go spend
Only
your
thing
money for no,
changed.
don't go spend your money for no reason.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Show up. Same outfit. Yeah, we can take the same pictures in the same places. All right? Please understand, people. Once you realize that, moonwalk.
Yeah.
Moonwalk. Because sometimes we feel obligated to stick around with people that we've known for so long.
And they don't serve us
and I'm talking
no purpose.
Serve us no purpose. That's family and friends.
Yeah.
That's family and friends. I'm excluding nobody. If you're not building, you're destroying. And everybody will not sit at my table, watch me work, and plan to destroy it. You will not.
You ain't helping you in the way.
How my man said, I'm not going to curse on him. My show was about to sing. Our show was about win, 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 win. What? That is the anthem right now. Everything else, win, 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 win. Stop chasing that. Win, 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 win. I'm just saying.
That's you.
Win, 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 win. Just saying, man. I'm just saying. And it's the anthem for 2026. Win, 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 win. All right, y'all. Listen. Make sure you follow all of us because we will be going live on TikTok. We haven't been. I apologize. We're going to get back to it. But it is every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We give you and yours a chance to ask questions and provide feedback about this episode. And there's going to be previous episodes on the next one too. So make sure you give us a follow. Join the live because it gets deep, it gets real, it gets silly, it gets goofy. And it's Death Row, baby. One band, one sound. It's how we work. So, Kish, where can they follow you? Please get it right.
Yes. Y'all can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at 313_Kish, KISH. 313_Kish. Thanks.
I'm so proud of you. Go ahead, Jax. Where can they follow you, girl?
You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. DopeQueen_786.
And dope is spelled DOPE because somebody messed that up.
Dope.
I'm never going to let that go. I'm never let that go. Because how do you spell dope wrong? Crockpot. Hey. So you can follow me on TikTok and on Instagram at GL_Richardson. And real quick, after you hit that follow button, I've got one small favor. If you've been vibing with the show and you want to help it grow and keep going, drop that $5 monthly subscription. Click the link in our bios. It's the Patreon link. It's the box that's shaking. All we asking for is $5. Now understand this. You can go a little deeper, but it's up to you, right? I'm not in anybody's pocket. If you want to, add on to the shows, give us show ideas, topic ideas. If you want merch, it's all in there. All right. But all we're asking for right now is $5 a month. You can also subscribe through our link on YouTube at Vibe Responsibly Podcast. And hey, if now is not the time, I wholeheartedly understand. Just keep listening, keep sharing, keep vibing, keep engaging because listen, I love the fact that you guys are commenting on the social media content. I promise you, if I don't get to you, I know my co-hosts will get to you. I'm just ripping and running all the time, but I do get back to you, but they are always in there getting it. Yes, always getting it. All right. So once again, keep listening, keep sharing, keep spreading the vibe because guess what? Our new motto is you will not be out here vibing alone. All right, so share the videos, help us keep spreading all this love and all these vibes. And listen, I don't know you, but we love you like we do. Y'all have a phenomenal day on purpose. And as always, we out.